Hello Rangers, Mr. Miedema here. I was supposed to get you guys a video about your benches, and I made it all today while I was at school. But then when I got home, I think it saved on my school drive and not my home drive on my computer, so I can't access it and get it to you. So I thought maybe tonight I would show you some of my projects that I've built around my house. Maybe try to inspire you guys to come up with a project while you're at home. And so we're gonna go around my house and take some, do a little video tour of some stuff that I built. Hang tight here. All right, so this is the bathroom vanity that I built a couple of years back, all out of reclaimed oak from the house and then stained pretty dark. That's one of the things I liked about this is I made the drawers so that they fit around the plumbing. And so tried to maximize as much space as I could up here, but do towels and curling irons and stuff up there. I also did like the window mirrors and stuff like that too. Alright, so this is the bed that I made, again probably 4 or 5 years ago. Again, all out of that reclaimed oak from the house. It's got some really cool green, kind of a rustic feel to it. And this canopy thing. So that's pretty sweet. It's probably one of my favorite things that I've ever done. I think I told you guys about that earlier this year. Oops, just walked into a wall. The first quarantine project I made last spring with my class, I kind of did this live, was this little hook coat rack thing. So that's up if you remember that, if you were in my class last year. One more project that I did. Alright, this is our schoolroom office. I built this these bookcases and the cabinets. A little window seat here with some drawers underneath it. Still have to finish up the crown molding that goes up there, but our printers and computers are stored in here and whatnot. And then the office desk, so it's wired over to that monitor. Built those shelves last year during the quarantine also. Some nice white oak floating shelves, turned out pretty sweet. I worked on this guitar last quarantine also. I bought it years ago and the soundboard was cracked on each side. And so last year during quarantine I took that apart and put a new soundboard on it. And so that's turned out pretty sweet. Beautiful piece of wood. Anyway, that's the office part of the house and some projects that I've done in there. I refinished this table, it was pretty beat up. I didn't actually make that, but I did put a new finish and stuff on it. This is the dining table that I made. It's like 10 feet long, I think. Started out as an outdoor, it was gonna be an outdoor table, so I made it out of oak, white oak, because that weathers pretty well. But I actually ended up putting it in the house and kind of like it here. I haven't actually put a finish on it, so it needs a good sanding and a finish coat. But that is kind of a farmhouse long table. This is the basement here. I made some barn doors, did kind of a faux mantle that our TV sits in. I built this thing, I bet 15 years ago almost. It's from my daughter's nursery when we had our first kid. And so it was a pottery barn thing. I kind of made a knockoff of that. The laundry room, made some cabinets for that, countertops, laundry sink. There's a garage I'm building, started that this past summer, working on this portico entrance to the house. I don't know, it's really dark. Sorry, I can't see this, it's kind of late. Anyway, so tonight actually I was working on the pillars that are gonna hold up this roof. They gotta sit on these concrete pads, and those are too high, so I had to get that saw and my chip and hammer and lower those down about 6 inches so that they'd be below grade. You can kind of see the garage, it's pretty big. And so that connects to the house, so we kind of have this breezeway thing. And so I've been working on that a lot the last couple weeks. This will all be exposed rafters on the underside here. Kind of up on the porch. So, kind of a big project. Takes forever when you do everything yourself, but it's pretty rewarding. Alright, so back in the house, this is outside by the garage I was just at, made this bench all out of the reclaimed oak from the walls when I took the studs out. So those are actually nail holes from the studs. I did some remodeling. I used real oak back in 1903 when they built this. And so our little room here, this was like a storefront hutch. It only had the drawers and the top part, and I added the cupboards and the lower part to make it more of a hutch. Interesting piece. This table, the bottom part we bought on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or something, but we didn't really like the top, and so I made a new white oak top for it, and also made the table a little bit narrower so it fit in this little breakfast nook area in the kitchen. And so that's just some kind of distressed white oak. This ledge again is that reclaimed wood from the house. The island, I built that. There's my little computer setup for doing grades and stuff here. My favorite snack, my pita chips and spinach dip. And so I built all the cabinets in here. Trimmed out all the windows. Pretty much did the monster remodel. Put up the cool barn beam and the shiplap. Little beverage area here. Refrigerator and whatnot. The range hood also is the reclaimed wood from the house. So I have that on the legs of the island also. And in the pantry here we've got some more cabinets. Oops, light went out. Those shelves in the corner, I made those during the last quarantine. There's the light. I have kind of a temporary top on here. I think we're going to do something a little different, but made some of those cabinets, or all those cabinets also. So lots of stuff I've done in here on that big remodel of our kitchen area. It's kind of a cool room. A half bath in the back corner. Anyway, that's about it for my projects around here for now. I'll show you some more later.